Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my worlds, the world away. We now got stage 32 of Hero Collector and Eagle Moss's Build the Ecto-1. Now we're starting to balance the vehicle off now. As you can see, I've taken it from its shelf there, put it down here. We're going to be working on the left rear wheel just there. And we're also going to be doing some brake hoses as well. Let's show you all the stuff that we've got. So as you can see, we've got the wheels, the rims, and we've got some brake fluid hoses. As you look here, this is everything in the pack here. We've got four sort of medium size, one small, one large. We've got a bracket there, and then obviously we've got the rest of the tyre there that's going to be put together in this stage. So what we're going to do, if I just turn over to that stage, we're going to just create the tyre here. We're going to be putting some hoses into the brake drums here, which we've got here, and I'll talk about them in a minute because there is a slight difference between them. And then we're just going to fit these all together. So at the end of this, we're going to have one of the tyres in place. So that's what we got to do in this issue. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, it's still available, all from pack 1. Just head over to the links here. I've got one for the US there, and I've got one for the UK. If you follow that links, or even go into the description and just click on the links, you can actually subscribe to this from pack 1. The links there will just say you've been sent over from World of Wayne. So it supports the channel, and it gives Eagle Moss and Hero Collectors an idea of how many people are actually watching these videos and actually want to build this along with me. But as you can see, it's a monster of a vehicle, and I can't wait to get cracking on building this, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. Let's get cracking. Okay, so the first parts we need are just all the sections for the tyre here, which is just this one, and this one here. And all we're going to do is push one side of this into one side of the tyre and the other side into the other, and then screw them together. When we push this in, bear in mind this does have a valve there. Be careful of that, that's quite brittle, so you don't want to go pushing that. So just put this into place, just like that. Turn it over, and as you can see, we've got 3 holes in there. We're going to line them up with the 3 holes just on this inner rim here, and that's just going to go over kind of like this. Absolutely perfect. And then they're all going to be secured in with 3 CM screws. Now we are going into metal, so I will put a touch of oil on them. I've got the CM screws here, so let's get them out. What I'm doing at the moment with this oil, you guys actually gave me the advice of that, is just to drop it into the shallow type part of the oil there. So I'm not putting too much on the end there, and then quite simply that just goes in like that. That's one side in. We've got 2 more to put in, and then I'll tighten these up completely. Here's the second one, nice and tight, and one more, third one going in. Now we'll put this wheel on, but it doesn't actually go on yet. It goes on right at the end of this, because once we've just finished screwing this down, we're going to be working on the brake discs, or the brake drums, and putting the pipes in them, which means I need to bring the vehicle over, and it's going to be upside down. And there's a hell of a lot of turning the vehicle over in these builds. So, but there we go, nice and tight. That's what it looks like from that side, and that's what it's looking like from that side. So I'll put that to one side. Let me talk about these brake discs now, because there are subtle differences. If I hold them exactly the same way round, we're going to be using, this is the left and this is the right. The way you can tell is because you've got 2 lugs here, but we've got this circular section here. On this one, it's on the other side, as you can see. So you need to, the one we're working on is this one here, which is the left one. So basically, if I'm holding this towards me this way, because I'm sitting right here, we need this to be on our right hand side. So to you, it'll look just like that. So be careful that you are using the right brake drum. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm just doing what they've got in the pictures there. So that's what this looks like. Now we've got 4 cables here, which are called 32H cables. They're all the same size, and it's these cables that we're going to be putting over just these 2 lugs here. Best way to put the cables on is hold them with tweezers very close to the end like that, and then just push them on like this. Now if you do have a problem getting them on, then the next bit of advice, that one's got on fine, is before you do it, keep it in your mouth like that. It warms the plastic up, and then it will go on absolutely fine. Don't bite down on it, whatever you do. And then this one's going to go in just onto this peg, just here, push it down, and that's gone on first time. See how much easier that was then? So we've got the 2 pipes on here. Now we need to bring over the vehicle. So here's the vehicle here, and we're going to be working on this side where we put the leaf spring before. And what we're going to do is quite simply, we're just going to be pushing the brake disc just over the axle ends there. So I'll just make sure the wires are going through, and both of these wires are going to be going under the leaf spring, just like that. And that's just going to fit on like that. Now we've got 2 of the brake wires here now that we're going to need to put in each side of these oil pipe splitters here. So I'm just going to feed both of these pipes out this way, and the first one is going to go onto this lug just here, if you can see that. So once again, I'm holding this close to the end there, and we'll get this pushed on. It's going to be quite tricky because it's quite tight to this bit of the frame, you see. So I'll push that on, see how that looks. There we go, and that's the first pipe on. Just want to tuck that under there, and the second pipe will be going on the other side here, but it's going to go onto the lug on this side here. So pick that up with my tweezers, push that through, and once again, holding it this way round, we're going to push this onto the little outcropping just on that side there. And there we go, that's those 2 pipes in, no problems at all. Now you might be able to see it on the top camera here, or even on one of the side cameras, but we've actually got 2 little like lugs or nipples just coming out from the suspension strut that we put in last time. For that one, we're going to need to have the other 2 pipes that we had. These are 32Hs. We're going to push them onto either one of those. So here's the first one. I'll put that on the bottom first, actually. Just like that. Put the second one on, and the second one is going on just like that. So we've got 2 of those pipes in there. Now in the middle here, you can see we've got a hole. We're going to need to put a bracket on there that we're going to thread the holes, thread the pipes in. The bracket looks just like this on the close-up camera, so we get that open, and that's going to be secured in with a GM screw, which we've got here. We only need 1 of those. Once I've got this in place, I'll put a little bit of oil on it. So this is what the bracket looks like here, and with this curved side here, we're going to have that towards this open end here. So I'm going to put this down in place. Probably going to need my tweezers to actually put this in place because it's quite a fiddly area that it's in. Probably best to actually screw it in through that detail first and then line it up actually. So there we go, put that on. I'm just going to put my tweezers in there to stop that spinning around. Make sure that's exactly where I want it. There we go, nice and tight. And there we go, that's into place. Then all we've got to do is just feed these 2 pipes here just through the little opening on that bracket there. It's probably best to actually just do this one at a time with my hands. So there's the first one. We'll pick it up from the other side, a little bit like doing needlework here, and then we'll put the second one under. Again, grab it with my tweezers, just like that, and put it through. And we're going to leave that open on this side because obviously we're going to be connecting that to the suspension strut from the other side there. But that's the pipes in place. All we have to do now is secure the wheel into place. So to that end, we've got the wheel here. We're going to be putting it on this way, just around the axle there, so it goes all the way in. Just lining it up. There we go. I'm now going to turn the vehicle on its side so you get a better view of what I'm doing here. Then we're going to be putting the hubcap or the rim cap on. As you can see, we've got a hole just into the top there, which is just going to go over the valve. So we make sure that valve goes through that hole like that. And then we're going to secure that in just with an LM screw. It's only held in by the 1 screw. And once again, we are going into metal. So I'm going to drop a tiniest bit of oil on this again. Put it all the way down the center there. And then tighten that as tight as you can get it. It's going in really well. Almost there. Little bit more. And there we go. It's as tight as I can get it. There's the wheel. As you see, it's still available to rotate, but there's no wobbly wheels or anything there at all. And then the last thing we just have to do is just put the little cap over the top here, just like that, to keep all of that into place. So there's only one other thing they want us to do, so I will just put that just to one side for a second. And what we have to do is just bring over the brake drum from last time and have the two pipes that we've got left. So we've got the short one and the really, really long one, like that. We're going to be holding it this way round, and then in this stage we're going to have the really long wire. So I'll put that in there. That's just going to go on this one. Let's just hold that a bit closer to the... There we go. So pushing that on. Excellent. That's one on. And we'll just put the short one on the other side. And that's basically the side, as you can see, with that extra detail on the end there. Now we're not doing anything with that for a couple of issues now. So we're going to need to keep this brake disc or brake drum completely safe. We don't want to lose that, but that's all we have to do in this stage. That's looking good, isn't it? I can't wait to get that other wheel on, because just with these wheels, to be honest with you, I'll be able to see how it fits on the shelf up there, if it's going to fall off. But obviously we've got the frame to go on yet. When that goes on, it's going to extend the vehicle even more lengthways. But that was quite an easy issue with just some fiddly bits with the pipes there. And that bracket, putting it in the middle, definitely put the screw all the way through the actual bracket before you put it into the hole. I think that's the easiest way to go from that. But I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. I'm away for the weekend again because I've got the kids this weekend, but it does mean that we've got another couple of Welcome to the Caves up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, so be sure to check them in. Other than that, take care.